everybody.
Hello, VBS.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola, buenos días.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hey there.
Hi, hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Shana Tova.
And Lashana Tova to our wonderful VBS community. We miss you very much.
Wanted to wish my VBS congregation, my family, our friends, our teachers, and our rabbis a Shana Tova and a Chag Sameach from here in Israel.
Shana Tova! And welcome from the Bernstein Trigo family from Shosh and Rachel and Sylvia.
Want to wish you all a very happy, healthy, prosperous, good, safe, wonderful New Year.
Shana Tova and Happy New Year.
Shana Tova from the Miller family.
Shana Tova from the Vorse bands.
Happy New Year. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Hi everyone, we're the Pacino family and we want to wish all of you a Shana Tova.
And we really hope that the new Jewish year, 5781, is a whole lot better than 2020. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
From my family to yours, Shana Tova.
On behalf of myself and my wife Rachel and our sons Ethan and Joshua and Noah, we wanted to wish our friends and family at VBS a Shana Tova umetuka, a Chatima Tova.
Shana Tova from all the Brooks to our VBS family and all our friends and family everywhere. Love you all.
Zooming from the Kelman family to yours.
We wish you a Shana Tova umetuka, a good and sweet new year.
Sending out joy, health, and warmth to all.
Chag Sameach, Shana Tova, Gmar Chatima Tova, much love from the Appalachian Trail.
We just wanted to say Shana Tova and extend our warm wishes for a happy, joyous, and sweet New Year.
Wishing all who are watching and praying today a Shana Tova umetuka, a happy, healthy, and sweet New Year.
Although we've come upon the high holidays this year in the most challenging of times, we come together as a community.
It was a very difficult year for everybody around the world. However, we have the tikva, the hope, that this coming year will be much, much better to all of us, to all of Israel, and all over the world.
Each year, the end of Nila, we join together in a common wish. Lashana Haba'a Yerushalayim. May we all gather together next year in Jerusalem. This year, we add a special prayer. Lashana Haba'a Encino. Next year, together at VBS in Encino.
May this new year be one of goodness, health, and peace for each of you and for all people.
We wish you a year of good health.
Good health.
Good health and blessings.
Good health and blessings.
And sweet blessings.
And we're so glad you're joining us for the high holidays this year. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Chag Sameach and Shana Tova.
Please stay safe, stay healthy, and from all of us at Hazak, Shana
Tova.
Shana Tova.
Shabbat Shalom. Shana Tova. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Hey.
Say Shana Tova.
Happy New Year.
Shana Tova. My name is Jeff Goss, and I'm honored to be the president of Valley Beth Shalom. It is my pleasure to welcome you to these high holiday services on behalf of the Valley Beth Shalom leadership and wish you a year of health, happiness, and blessings. I want to thank our rabbis, cantors, and the entire Valley Beth Shalom staff for making these high holiday services meaningful and accessible to the whole community. I cannot put into words how thankful we are to Steve Proman for his directorial wizardry and endless hours helping our clergy make their high holiday visions a reality. We are deeply grateful to Rhoda and Dr. Bob Barnhart for their vision and generosity in establishing the Valley Beth Shalom New Media Fund, which made our high holiday video platform possible. We are also so appreciative for the hundreds of Valley Beth Shalom volunteers who reached out to help during this crisis. From calling our members during the initial days of the shutdown, delivering food and medicine to those unable to leave their homes, supporting our food bank, and so much more. We are so blessed and grateful to have such a wonderful, committed community. Together, we have demonstrated the meaning of chesed, caring, sharing, giving, and healing. We are the Valley Beth Shalom community, and we are here for you. Shana Tova, and I hope to meet you very soon in person at Valley Beth Shalom.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, VBS.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola, buenos días.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hey there.
Hi, hello. Hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Shana Tova.
And Lashana Tova to our wonderful VBS community. We miss you very much.
Wanted to wish my VBS congregation, my family, our friends, our teachers, and our rabbis a Shana Tova and a Chag Sameach from here in Israel.
Shana Tova. And welcome from the Bernstein Trigo family from Shosh and Rachel and Sylvia.
Want to wish you all a very happy, healthy, prosperous, good, safe, wonderful New Year.
Shana Tova and Happy New Year.
Shana Tova from the Miller family.
Shana Tova from the Horse Bands.
Happy New Year, Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Hi everyone, we're the Pacino family and we want to wish all of you a Shana Tova.
And we really hope that the new Jewish year, 5781, is a whole lot better than 2020. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
From my family to yours, Shana Tova.
On behalf of myself and my wife Rachel and our sons Ethan and Joshua and Noah, we wanted to wish our friends and family at VBS a Shana Tova umetuka, a Chatima Tova.
Shana Tova from all the Brocks to our VBS family and all our friends and family everywhere. Love you all.
Zooming from the Kalman family to yours.
We wish you a Shana Tova umetuka, a good and sweet new year.
Sending out joy, health, and warmth to all.
Chag Sameach, Shana Tova, Gmar Chatima Tova, much love from the Appalachian Trail.
We just wanted to say Shana Tova and extend our warm wishes for a happy, joyous, and sweet New Year.
Wishing all who are watching and praying today a Shana Tova Umetuka, a happy, healthy, and sweet New Year.
Although we've come upon the high holidays this year and the most challenging of times, we come together as a community.
It was a very difficult year for everybody around the world. However, we have the tikva, the hope, that this coming year will be much, much better to all of us, to all of Israel, and all over the world.
Each year, the end of Nila, we join together in a common wish. L'Shana Haba'a Yerushalayim. May we all gather together next year in Jerusalem. This year, we add a special prayer. L'Shana Haba'a Encino. Next year, together at VBS in Encino.
May this new year be one of goodness, health, and peace for each of you and for all people.
We wish you a year of good health.
Good health. Good health and blessings. Good health and blessings.
And sweet blessings.
And we're so glad you're joining us for the high holidays this year. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Chag Sameach and Shana Tova.
Please stay safe, stay healthy, and from all of us at Hazak, Shana
Tova.
Shana Tova.
Shabbat Shalom. Shana Tova. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Say Shana Tova.
Happy New Year.
Shana Tova. My name is Jeff Goss, and I'm honored to be the president of Valley Beth Shalom. It is my pleasure to welcome you to these high holiday services on behalf of the Valley Beth Shalom leadership and wish you a year of health, happiness, and blessings. I want to thank our rabbis, cantors, and the entire Valley Beth Shalom staff for making these high holiday services meaningful and accessible to the whole community. I cannot put into words how thankful we are to Steve Proman for his directorial wizardry and endless hours helping our clergy make their high holiday visions a reality. We are deeply grateful to Rhoda and Dr. Bob Barnhart for their vision and generosity in establishing the Valley Beth Shalom New Media Fund, which made our high holiday video platform possible. We are also so appreciative for the hundreds of Valley Beth Shalom volunteers who reached out to help during this crisis. From calling our members during the initial days of the shutdown, delivering food and medicine to those unable to leave their homes, supporting our food bank, and so much more. We are so blessed and grateful to have such a wonderful, committed community. Together, we have demonstrated the meaning of chesed, caring, sharing, giving, and healing. We are the Valley Beth Shalom community, and we are here for you. Shana Tova, and I hope to meet you very soon in person at Valley Beth Shalom.
Nine, 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 nine,
I'd like to tell you a story. It's a very old story from the legends of our people. But maybe it's not so old, since it's quite like our days today. There once was a village in which a great sickness had filtered into the community. And all the people could not go and visit in each other's homes, and they could not go to the marketplace, and they could not be together. The rabbi of the community was always the one that they turned to for the right answers. The rabbi this time looked out into the center of the village and saw no one there. So the rabbi went back to his study, closed the door, and opened up all the books, the Torah and the Talmud, and all the great works of the tradition. Maybe there was some example. This had been something that had never happened before, but maybe there was some insight. So the rabbi looked, and page after page could not find anything. Taking a break, the rabbi put on some music. He listened as what sounded like a symphony, and the symphony was playing with all these different instruments, each of them in some harmony and some broken, all together playing a beautiful, haunting melody. Tears streamed down the cheek of the rabbi. And as the rabbi listened carefully, he opened up the very first book of the Talmud, the book of blessings, brachot. And as the rabbi opened up the page, he knew what he had to do. So the rabbi sent a message to all the people in the village, possibly by email, maybe blank copied so nobody would know. And the rabbi told everyone, now is the time for you to sing the song of your soul. Now is the time for you to find the words in your heart of prayer. Now is the time for you to sing that song for all of us. Standing here in the Nizhnik Sanctuary, it very much feels like the most important time of the holiday. It's the time that we're all gathered here, eagerly anticipating the opportunity to express our prayers. In that moment, each of us has our own need that we need to recite. Our own prayer. Maybe it's a prayer in need of healing because last year was so difficult. Or maybe it was a prayer of joy and gratitude because the abundance of our lives and the blessings that we've received are meant to be shared. Or maybe it's a prayer of connection because this year we've been so isolated and we just need to be together. There was a child in the village who heard the message of the Rabbi and began to sing. And as he sang, others, his neighbors, began to hear his melody rise. And as they heard his voice, others sang as well. And as each and every person sang, a symphony began. Some of it was broken, and some of it was discordant, and some of it was a beautiful harmony, a haunting and beautiful melody. All of our prayers became as one. Then the rabbi heard a still small voice. Slowly, as it built, he realized that his message had reached the people. And as he went to the window and he peered to the center of the village, the voices crescendoed loudly, each singing its own song, beautiful and disparate. The rabbi turned down his own music. He left his home and he made his way to the synagogue. And he entered into the space. And where he thought that he would find the people, he turned around and it was empty. But the voices continued to rise, and each and every sound was a beautiful harmony of prayer, of togetherness, of oneness. The prayers had become one, and the holiday began.
Yam bidi bidi bye, yam bidi bidi bye, ay 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 ay. Yam bidi bidi bye, yam bidi bidi bye, ay 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 ay. Yam bidi bidi bye, yam bidi bidi bye, ay 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 ay. Yam bidi bidi bye, yam bidi bidi bye, ay 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 ay. Leman achai v'riyai, leman achai v'riyai. Adabrana, adabrana, shalom evach. Yam bidi bidi bye, yam bidi bidi bye, ay 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 ay. Yam bidi bidi bye, yam bidi bidi bye, ay 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 ay. Yam bidi bidi bye, yam bidi bidi bye, ay 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 ay. Yam bidi bidi bye, yam bidi bidi bye, ay 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 ay.
Shana Tova, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Valley Beth Shalom. It looks a little bit different than you're used to seeing, and we are very much missing you. We're missing you in this space, but we're looking right at you. We're with you, and what's happening here is something that we hope is happening with you in your homes. So we hope that the space that you create is a little bit different. Maybe you make sure that all of the extra distractions around you are turned off and turned down. Or maybe you just make sure that you're sitting in a very comfortable space. You know, it's a little different to be participating in a very special day like Rosh Hashanah from the comfort of your home, but it is something that we hope you will feel connects you even more closely to what we hope to accomplish today. So it might mean that you grab a little bit of popcorn. It's probably too early for popcorn. It might mean that you need to make sure that you're paying attention to your television screen, which is something that you normally don't do on the holidays. If you have a book, the words in the book are there for you to follow along. Because as we speak about this holiday, it really is going to be this song of our souls that rises up together. And all of the different places that we are, all across the country, and we're all watching from different places. But the song of our souls is going to rise up in beautiful harmony and melody with our prayers today. For those who've been participating with us over the past now 7 months, you know that we try to bring everybody together with a little bit of blessing. That's how we begin our holiday, always when we're here together. And that's how we want to begin the holiday today with us together. Now, you might be in your room by yourself, or you might be with your family. If you're with your family, gather everyone a little bit closer right now. And if you're with your friend, make sure that your friend is close enough safely to be present with you. And if you're by yourself, do what we always do when we usher into a moment like this, words of blessing. You can even put your hands on the camera, just like we're going to put the hands on our camera towards you. And we're going to recite the words of blessing that begin this holiday anew, words which have been recited by priests and the people throughout the generations, words that have been recited by families around Shabbat tables, around holiday tables, throughout the generations. And now, as we begin our holiday, we recite these words once again. So gather everybody closer, or put your hands close to the camera and repeat these words after me as our holiday begins. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless us and protect us. May God's light and the light that we create here in our sacred space and our holy connection on this Rosh Hashanah holiday guide us, enlighten us, and may God's presence inspire us to lead paths and to walk on journeys towards places of wholeness, towards places of peace, of shalom. And we say together, Amen. Shana Tova, everyone. And now we begin our prayers together. We begin with the call to worship formally on page 138. If you're following along in your Machzor, open up the books. We turn and welcome Cantor Fox to our bima to begin leading us in our prayers.
Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
If you were standing, you could take your seats as we continue page 138.
להודות לך ולייחדך יחד ברוך אתה אדוני הבוחר בעמו ישראל
Recite Shema Yisrael together, page 150.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad V'ahavta את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרת מלאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Take a moment meditating on the words of Shema. They're found on pages 156 and 158. We gather the four corners of our talit, if you're wearing a talit, together as we recite the words on page 158, remembering our commitment, our responsibilities to mitzvot each and every day.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם
Amen. Page 162, we continue as we prepare to say the words of Micha Mocha.
תהילות ליל עליון ברוך הוא ומבורך משה ובני ישראל לך אנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך לאלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות אוסף שירה חדשה שיבח וגאולים לשמך סועד הים יחד כולם הועדו וימליכו ויאמרו אדוני מלך לעולם
Over these past several months, we've had to develop a new vocabulary. Beyond a new way of behaving, we've had new language to describe what it is that we intend to accomplish. So around here, it's been a lot of new vocabulary that should seem normal for us here in Hollywood, California. It's all of the new vocabulary around the stage. We have props, and we have scripts, and we have timestamps, and we have beats, and we have cuts. And I'm sure that we can play the puns on all of those words and what they mean in some religious context. But it has been very much a part of our attempt to connect in such a powerful and meaningful way through these past several months. We didn't lift up our hands in despair and say it's time to let go and just let it be as it is. We knew that in order for us to continue together with all of the strength that we have welled up within us, and to recognize all of our weakness and all our frailty, that we needed this new vocabulary in order to speak about how we can move forward. For the past couple months, those of you that have been learning with me, we've been using a new language about what the high holidays mean. And I hope that you'll join me in reimagining what we've been speaking about through those opportunities for learning. Imagine that you are the director of the most important and significant drama in history, your life. You may not be able to imagine that, so just come with us for a few minutes. And imagine that you, like the director of the most important documentary, your story, you need all of these tools, all of these things in order to make your story reach the people that matter to you the most. There are scripts, and there are props, and there are people behind the scenes that you'll never see, standing on scaffolding with lighting just the right place to catch your good side. And there'll be microphones, and there'll be earbuds, and there'll be all these little secrets and tricks that'll help you set the stage. What is the stage that you are setting? And this is Rosh Hashanah. Imagine you are the director of the most important story in history, your life. What story are you telling? It might begin with the story of history, generations of our ancestors that have gathered in places like this, and now it's your turn. And as you sit in the seats, maybe comfortably from your home right now, but as you sit in this congregation, you begin to feel that others around you are telling a story quite similar, but in some ways quite unlike theirs. And your story that you're telling is something that says you are strong. It says that you matter. It says that your actions and your deeds have an impact on the world around you. The consequences of your decisions really matter. You are strong. You are capable. You have been given the support of those around you in order to accomplish what has been set before you. And you are weak because there are moments that you have the most elegant stage set for how the world ought to be. And whether all of the lighting wasn't in the right place, or maybe you didn't write the right script, or maybe you were tired, or maybe you were ill-equipped, and you didn't have the words that were exactly necessary for the moment in which you had your chance. You failed. We are strong, and we matter. We are weak, and we fail. As much as we are the directors of our own stories, and sometimes as we well up within us the feeling that we are the only ones who are writing the stories of our lives, we know that we are not the directors alone. We know that there is direction and guidance, there's support and obstacles and challenges that are presented to us, that are given to us in ways that we could not have scripted. Whether it was illness, or whether it was the loss of a job, or whether it was the feelings of someone that we hurt inadvertently or out of our own selfish pride. We are not the directors of the story all alone. These prayers that we're entering into, a little different than we have traditionally done. Hope to open up within us the moment in which we recognize that we are the directors of our story and that there is direction and guidance from beyond us. Our prayers are that the direction that comes to us, the direction that we respond to, doesn't direct us towards illness or despair, but that the direction guides us towards blessing, towards goodness, towards possibility, towards hope. The Hineni prayer that we begin to recite now is the plea of the Chazan, the plea of the Cantor to represent our voices. It's the voice that says, I am vulnerable. I'm not the only one writing my story. And it's the voice that says, I am here, Hineni. I'm not in the past, and I'm not dreaming of the future. I am here, and I am ready to write our story. And let us do it together. Page 279, the Hineni prayers begin.
מפחד יושב תלאות ישראל באתי למועד באתי לעמוד וללך חנין לפניך באתי לעמוד ולהתחנן לפניך ישראל אשר שלחוני אף על פי שאיני חדל ואגון לכך לא כן אבקש ממך אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אדוני אדוני אלה רחום וחנון אלוהי ישראל. מצליח דרכי אשר אני הולך לעמוד ולבקש רחמים ולבקש רחמים אולי ועל שולחי נו אל תפשעים בחטאותיי ואל תחייבם בעוונותיי כי חוטאי ופושע אני ואל יקולו מבשי ואל יבושעם בי ואל יבושני בהם קבל תפילתי כי תפילת זקן ורגיל ופיר כהנאו וזקנו מגודל וכהלו נעים ומעורב בדעת עם הבריאה ותיגר בשטן לבד יסכינני וינדילגנו לחובה ועל כל פשעים תכסה באהבה כל צרות ורעות הפכנה לנו לכל ישראל לששון ולשמחה לחיים ולשלום האמת והשלום יבואו ולא יהיה שום מכשול בתפילתי בעבור כל הצדיקים והחסידים והישרים והתמימים ובעבור כבוד שמך הגדול והנורא כי אתה שומע כי אתה שומע תפילת עמך ישראל ברחמים ברוך אתה
If you are able and comfortable, please rise. We now take a few minutes together in prayer that has been welled up with the beautiful chanting of the Cantor, and now with all of our own expressions, we join in the Amidah prayer beginning on page 280. We rise once again. Please join with us as we sing.
הגדול הגיבור והנורא אל עליון כומר חסדים טובים וכהני הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ומביא גואל לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה יסוד חכמים היו נבונים עם ילמד דעת מבינים ויבטח בתפילה ובתחנונים לחלות ולחרן בני מלך מלכי המלכים ואדוני האדונים זוכרנו לחיים זוכרנו לחיים וחפץ בחיים ועוד ביינו לספר החיים למענך אלוהים חיים מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיים איתי מטריו להושיע מחלקי לחיים מחלקי לחיים מחיים איתי ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומעטים אסורים ומקיים אמונתו אישי עפר מחמוך בר גבורות ומדום מלך מלך מימית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע מחמך אב רחמים זוכר יצוריו לחיים ברחמים ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים ברוך אתה אדוני שמו מחיי המתים
It seemed almost immediately that we began to express our gratitude for all the people who we've termed first responders as the world began to narrow upon us, as we were limited in our ways in the world, as we looked with great concern at our medical healthcare system, that it would be able to sustain itself in the midst of this incredible pandemic. And all of the gratitude that we expressed has been so beautiful to see. Walking up and down the block in my neighborhood to see the scrawls of children on sidewalks in chalk or to see signs that are planted prominently in the front of lawns, to all the people who do so many important things to continue to make our lives safer and healthier and a little more comfortable in the midst of this great upheaval. I am thankful. I'm thankful for the guy who stood on the corner of Van Nuys and Magnolia and was selling masks to people who needed them. I'm thankful to the truck driver who brought the produce to my local market so that when I was able to go shopping, there was something fresh in order for me to stay healthy. I'm thankful for the security personnel, those people who stand outside and make sure that my temperature is checked and make sure that if I have to enter into the medical offices, that it's done safely. I'm thankful for all the mail carriers, the Amazon delivery drivers, the UPS and FedEx delivery people who made sure that there were essential things and admittedly probably a few non-essential things to make sure that they were in my home so I was comfortable and safe. I'm thankful to the retired police officer. The retired police officer who was in a project development in South Central Los Angeles, who after many years of dedicated service to protect this city is now barely living above the poverty line and struggling to meet his daily needs and is too proud to receive help from someone like me, someone like us. I'm thankful for him and for his service. I'm thankful for those guys that go around in neighborhoods and pick up all those mattresses because I needed a new bed and I needed a place to put the mattress. And they picked up the mattress, masks on, swiftly and carefully. And I'm thankful for them to make sure that something as mundane as getting mattresses off my premises, my property, and bringing it to maybe a place where it could be safely disposed, I'm thankful for that too. I'm thankful for the man who comes to the street corner at Normandy and Adams Boulevard, and is juggling pins up in the air. And while maybe he's asking for an extra $1 if anybody could spare it, he still smiles and he still waves and he still cheers people up, whether or not they roll down their window and give him $1 after he does his little juggling act. I'm thankful for him. And I'm thankful for the people that I saw the other day over here on the corner of Ventura Boulevard and Sepulveda, where if any of you have been passed by there in the past few months, there have been sustained daily acts of protest, signs, honks from cars, and people crying out for justice. And I'm thankful to the people because I saw that they put the signs down and took a woman who was using a walker and helped her across the street. I'm thankful to those people. I'm thankful to all the people that live in our world, this incredibly difficult world, and despite the comforts that seem to keep us safe, are willing to put themselves with just a little bit of risk to ensure that the rest of us can live safely. When we turn the page and we open up this prayer, the Unatana Tokef prayer, it shudders us because we wonder if the year to come will be a year of blessing or if it will be a year of struggle. In a time like this, with such great uncertainty, we can't honestly tell the answer to that question. But we can answer who. That's what this prayer asks. Who will live and who will die? Who will suffer and who will prosper? And as we think not only about the who that is inside of us, and the who that's in our circle of families, and even in our community, the people that we know, we extend our understanding, our sensitivity, and our concern to all the people that make our world continue, each and every day. And with a little bit of gratitude, we also offer our blessing for them, our prayer, that whether it's teshuvah, tefillah, and tzedakah, it's these acts of righteousness that will help us make our way through the great uncertainty, or if it is the incredible blessing that the goodness that they give continues to radiate in the world around them. Let's turn now to page 282. This Unatana Tokef prayer is a powerful expression of gratitude. Think of the people you are thankful for and expand that circle a little bit wider as our prayers continue. Page 284.
ותכתוב את גזר דינה בראש השנה, בראש השנה ייכתבון, בראש השנה ייכתבון, וביום צום כיפור יחדבון, בראש השנה ייכתבון. וביום צום כיפור יחטאון, כמה יעברון וכמה יבורון, מי יחיה בראש השנה ייכתבון, וביום צום כיפור יחדבון, בראש השנה ייכתבון, וביום צום כיפור יחדבון. בקיצו ומלא בקיצו, מבואש ומבמים, מבחרב ומבחיו, מבורב ומבצומה. בראש השנה יכזבון, וביום צום כיפור ירדבון. בראש השנה יכזבון, וביום צום כיפור ירדבון. מגפה, מבחניקו ומבסקילו, מי ינוח ומי ינוע, מי ישוקד ומי יתעורב, מי ישלב ומי יתייסר, מי יעני ומי יאשר, מי ישפל ומי ירום, ותשובה תפילות צדוקו, מעבירים את רוע הגזירה. Teshuva und Tefila und Tzedakah, Avirim et Roah HaGezerah.
If you are seated, we rise because we've reached the point of Kedusha, the time when we stand in full presence with open hearts and open arms as we welcome God's presence into our prayers. Kedusha is found on page 288.
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melech Haaretz Kevoedo, Kevoedo Malei Olam. Mishare Davi Shualim Zelazeh, Ayim Mikom Kevodo, Leumatam, Baruch Yomeru, Baruch Kevod Adonai. Koem o yifem elachamim V'yachoin amam yagadim shmo Erev aboker b'chol yom tomid Pamayim b'yava Shema omerim Shema Yisrael Lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adir Adireinu Adonai Adoneinu Moadir Shimcha B'chol Haaretz V'haya Adonai Lemelech al kol haaretz Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad U'shemo echad Uv'divrei kodshecha katuv le'mor Yimelech לעולם אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור hallelujah.
If you've been standing, you may take your seats. On Friday night, as we heard the news of the passing of the great Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, my daughter, Ariana, took out the little figurine that she created when she was a student in the Valley Beth Shalom Harold M. Schulweis Day School in the 6th grade. See, for the past quarter century, children have been adopting a hero, a Jewish hero, learning about their lives, emulating them, even writing a story about them, and creating these little figurines. So as a young teenager, you would imagine that something like a tennis ball, plastic water bottle filled with sand, and a robe and one of those iconic little necklaces will be put away in the closet, maybe to return nostalgically in her mid-20s. But it still remains prominently on her bookshelf. And as she pulled it out, she realized that she really is an inheritor of the courage, of the wisdom, of the tenacity, of the success of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She's a hero in our home. Our children have heroes like Ruth Bader Ginsburg in our lives. And when we heard the news, our hearts sank, and for a moment, our lives stopped because of this person, this soul, this story. When we sing about the generations, when we sing about what comes next, we only stand on the shoulders of those who were courageous enough, who were brave enough to see horizons far beyond the scope of what seems and appears to us to be immediately in our line of sight. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was one of those champions who saw for my daughter and for all young girls all throughout the world that there is justice and equality and there is possibility for women and men and for all those who seek equality and justice in this country. As we sing Le Dor Vador, as we see these new faces, as we rejoice in the presence of God in our prayers today, it is because the presence of God that existed in a woman like Ruth Bader Ginsburg to teach us, to help us, to give us visions of a world filled with greater possibilities and greater hope. We continue Le Dor Vador.
Le Dor Vador, Le Dor Vador, Le Dor Vador, Nagid God Lecha, Ule Netzach Netzachim, Ule Netzach Netzachim, Kedushatcha Nagedish, Le Dor Vador, Le Dor Vador, Le Dor Vador, Nagid God Lecha, Ule Netzach Netzachim, Ule Netzach Netzachim, Kedushatcha Nagedish, Veshivchacha Eloheinu Mipinu Lo Yamush Leolam Vaed Ki Elem Melech Gadol Ki Elem Melech Gadol Vekadosh Netzachim, Ule Netzach Netzachim, Kedushatcha Nagedish, Le Dor Vador, Le Dor Vador, Le Dor Vador, Nagid God Lecha,
Nitzachim ulenetzach Nitzachim Kedushatcha nakedish Ki el melech gadol v'kadosh Shehuel emunah Habochen uvodek ginzei nistarot Bechol maminim shur Bechol maminim Shehu bochein kelayot Hagoel mimavet Ufode mishochat V'chol maminim shehu V'chol maminim shehu V'chol maminim shehu yotzeram babatan Hakol yachol v'chol elam yachad V'chol maminim shehu V'chol maminim shehu
The stage is set, and here in the center of our prayers, there are three themes that we explore with prayer, with reflection, with a concept. There are three very powerful themes, and the stage that you set begins with you. You belong. And as we pray the great Aleinu in just a moment, and we open up the Aron HaKodesh, and we prostrate ourselves to the floor, and if you're comfortable to do so, please do so. Not only is it your recognition that you are in the presence of something great and powerful, but that you belong. You are a part of this great drama. The second theme is that we remember. We remember the stories of our ancestors. And even more, that we are remembered. It's more than just being a part of this great story the Jewish people continue to tell throughout the generations. We are remembered as taking part, playing a significant role, of contributing to the legacy of our story beyond us. The final theme, I hope. I hope. You have a hope that tomorrow brings greater blessing, greater healing, and greater strength, greater opportunity for learning and growth. Hope is the most powerful expression we have as a people and why we bring it into this moment. Because we belong. Because we are remembered. Our hopes for a brighter future are possible. The Great Aleinu is going to be found with us on page 304. We're going to open up the Aron HaKodesh, and as we do, we ask you to rise.
Yedol al yotzer bereshit shelo asanu ki goyei haratzot velo samanu ki mishpechot hadama Shedo samch elkeinu goem v'gor aleinu tichol amoenom v'anachenu Chavim umodim Lifnei melech malechei hamelachim HaKadosh Baruch
She'unotei shamayim. Go ahead and go.
Kadishenu b'mitzvotecha v'tein chelkenu b'toradecha sabeinu mituvecha v'samecheinu mishuatecha v'taher libeinu le'ovdecha 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 v'yemet v'taher libeinu le'ovdecha le'ovdecha ovdecha le'ovdecha v'yemet v'taher libeinu le'ovdecha le'ovdecha ovdecha le'ovdecha v'yemet v'taher libeinu le'ovdecha le'ovdecha ovdecha le'ovdecha v'yemet ki ata Elohim emet u'devarecha emet v'kayam elovad Baruch atah Adonai Melech al kol haaretz Mekadesh Yisrael Melech al kol haaretz Mekadesh Yisrael Melech al kol haaretz Mekadesh Yisrael Melech al kol haaretz Mekadesh Yisrael
shofar blast in our community as this Rosh Hashanah holiday begins. And I invite you to recite the blessing to hear the shofar, which can be found in your machzor on page 249. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lishmoa kol shofar. And we recite a blessing to celebrate the joy of this holiday. We celebrate together the words of Shechianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Tekiah Shvarim Trua Tekiah Tekiah Shvarim Tekiah Tekiah Trua Tekiah.
Lai lai lai, 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 lai lai
I don't know what we're going to remember from this high holiday season, but I do know that it is going to change us. The prayers that we recite right now are not only about memory, but they're also about how we have changed from what has passed before us. So we turn now to page 320 as we continue with the prayers Zocher HaBrit.
Kol hanishkachot atahu me'olav v'yein shichecha lifnei chisei kvodecha v'akidad yitzchok lezaro hayom berachmim tizkor baruch atah Adonai Zocher HaBerit.
Amen. Tekiah Shvarim Trua Tekiah Tekiah Shvarim Tekiah Tekiah Trua Tekiah
Lai lai lai, lai lai la
Lastly, we hope. Od lo avda tikvatenu. It's in the anthem of our people. We have not lost hope. And no matter how difficult the present moment, our past has, and all the burdens that we've carried into the present, we hope for a brighter future, a future that brings greater healing to those in need, a greater justice to those who struggle, and a greater place in which God's presence is felt throughout the entire world. We pray for this on page 326.
Ki ata shoemeya kol shofar umazin terua ve'ein do'emerach ki ata shoemeya kol shofar umazin terua ve'ein do'emerach baruch atah Shoemeya kol truat amo Yisrael, amo Yisrael, beracha miem
Tekiah, Shvarim Trua, Tekiah, Shvarim, Tekiah, Trua, Tekiah. We continue page
'Ke'echad be'or panei אהבת חיים ואהבת חסד וצדקה וברכה ורחמים וחיים ושלום שים שלום תורה וברכה חיים וחסד ורחמים ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל ישראל עמך וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך ושים שלום תורה וברכה חיים וחסד רחמים ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל על כל ישראל עמך ברוך אתה אדוני עושה השלום.
Page 336, Hayom.
Hayom, 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 hayom tiyam seinu. Hayom, 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 hayom תברכנו. היום, 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 היום תגדלנו. היום, 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 תדשנו לטובה. היום, 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 תקבל ברחמים וברצון את תפילתנו. היום, 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 היום תתמכנו ומן צדקך.
We rise once again. We turn back in our books all the way to page 184. As we open up the Ark doors, we sing Avinu Malkeinu. Ki ein banu masim. Because after all of our prayers and all of the strength that we have in expressing these words of connection to you, even with all of the good deeds that we bring to you before the book of life, Ki ein banu masim, osei imanu, do for us with tzedakah, with chesed and rachamim. May our lives be filled with righteousness, with kindness, and with compassion. The Ark doors are opened.
Avinu Malkeinu, Hachazireinu b'shvoshleim alefonecho. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Chadesh, Chadesh Oleinu, Shana Tova. Avinu Malkeinu, Shalach, Revuah Shleima, Revuah Shleima, L'chol Le'amecho. Avinu Malkeinu, Oferat Satoiveinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Zochreinu V'zichroin Tov L'vanecha, Avinu Malkeinu Kotveinu Kotveinu V'sefer Chayim Tovim Avinu Malkeinu Chaneinu Maneinu Avinu Malkeinu Chaneinu Maneinu Ki ein lanu masi Asei lanu Tzedaka v'chesed Asei lanu Tzedaka v'chesed Be'yoshienu Asei lanu Tzedaka
As you take your seats once again, thank you, Cantor Fox. What an extraordinary moment we find ourselves in. Isn't that correct? And isn't it beautiful that despite everything, Lamrot HaKol, we are here, we are rejoicing, and you sound amazing. Thank you so much, Cantor Herschel Fox. Chris Harden, if you haven't seen him on the piano playing, it's beautiful. In the background, you don't see them today, but Cantor Barron and Liza Barron are here with us today, and they are also very much singing along with us, and we're so grateful to all of you. So take a seat and relax for a few moments. Close your Machzor. We're going to begin the Torah service in just a few moments. But I wanted to share a few thoughts as we begin these final moments of learning and of celebration of hearing the shofar blast together as we conclude the second day of Rosh Hashanah, and we begin these 10 days of Teshuvah, these 10 days of repentance, of returning, of renewal. So, my question to you first is, have you had a COVID dream yet? It's just like any other dream, except there's some uncomfortable movement from handshakes and hugs, and a lot of people are wearing masks. I had my own COVID dream way back in April. It took place in a condo complex that I used to live in. I and the other characters were masked and walking throughout the property, neither fighting against a vicious virus or solving something like the zombie apocalypse. Just solving problems. Boring, but instructive. You see, we can analyze our dreams if we're fortunate enough to remember the details. What appears innocuous is a reflection of our reality, especially during these past 7 months. Mass behavior in public spaces, lots and lots and lots of stilted approaches, and social distancing from others isn't a dream. It's our reality. Maybe some of you have dreamt of this moment in your lives quite differently. Maybe some of you have experienced this time as a nightmare. Your stories are not unlike those that we've seen stained on the pages of the news. We have stories of family members prevented from being with their loved ones as they withered away in hospital rooms. We have the stories of horrible experiences in public spaces where someone flagrantly disregards all of these social protocols, even spitting in our direction to incite fear and concern over the spread of this virus. We even have stories of new pets in our house, courageous adventures in the kitchen, baking sourdough bread and bagels and all kinds of other delicious treats. Hopefully they're delicious. We even have stories of Shabbat services online. All of these are dreams or nightmares. Well, that depends on the viewer. This time was not created by us. We were quick to locate the source of the virus, but the reality is that we're in the experience of its consequences, it's a shared global experience. That makes this unprecedented. This is a time when our reality is becoming our dreams. Judaism has always placed great emphasis on dreams. While we're a religion focused on deeds, dreams don't alone belong to the realm of the unconscious. Dreams may be manifestations of the subconscious, but in Judaism, what we do with them matters more. So we read, Jacob had dreams of a ladder to heaven, and it was only after he awakes when he says, God was in this place, and I did not know it. Joseph has dreams, and his dreams get him thrown into a pit by his brothers, and his dreams ultimately redeem him from languishing in Pharaoh's prison. The rabbis even teach us, a dream uninterpreted is like a letter unopened. More than just having dreams, it is our gift of interpretation that gives our power, guidance, and redemption. Dreams without inspired action are simply fantasy. Sigmund Freud spent a great deal of time analyzing those dreams. He was the modern world's great interpreter of dreams. And a modern rabbi, Rabbi Alan Lew, once wisely observed, if Sigmund Freud didn't remind us that there's wisdom to discern from that which is hidden or invisible, well, then someone like an Albert Einstein wouldn't even wonder if there was something more than what we see. Now, surely Einstein was curious all on his own. But without a vision of what might yet be, we would continue to interpret all that we see and quietly resign that this is all there is. We all share the experience of dreaming. We dream of personal autonomy and success, healthy families, and resolved conflicts. What we do with those dreams is what defines us, our character, our potential. Turning our dreams into realities can be our most powerful act of self. It even defines our character as a nation. We call that the American dream. Almost 100 years ago, James Truslow Adams coined the phrase that animates our identity as Americans and as Jews, the American dream. Built upon the ideals written into our social contract, a contract that proclaims that each of us has inalienable rights, that American dream has evolved over the last century dramatically. In his words, the American dream of 1931 was that dream of a land in which life should be better and richer and fuller for every man, with opportunity for each according to his ability or achievement. Better, richer, and fuller. Well, that can mean prosperity and material success, or peace of mind that our needs are met. Opportunity. We can become what we choose to become, materially, emotionally, and spiritually, each according to his ability and achievement. Our dreams are varied. The American dream makes space for every person. So beyond political shorthand or scripts for commercials that sell American-made automobiles and Budweiser beer, the American dream has changed quite a bit. Never has there been more uncertainty and disagreement of what the American dream is and should be. Owning a home and a personal computer, ample food in the refrigerator, quality health care when we need it, it seems basic, though they are far from guaranteed. When we have enough, the modern definition of the dream suggests then we can care for others and nurture their opportunities to succeed according to their ability and achievement. Some call this noblesse oblige, the obligation of the comfortable to care for the afflicted. Our Judaism demands that this obligation, this mitzvah, is not simply a dream. It's our reality. Here's the truth about the American dream. There has never been consensus on what that dream is. Abolitionists and slave traders built this country. Immigrants and legacy families built this country. Jews, Asians, Hispanics, and Muslims built this country. And what fails in consensus is a success in the most creative and diverse social experiment in history. Jews, we've called this the Golden Medina, the land of gold. It is more than heaps of treasure or motorcycles blaring across the street. It is the precious gift of opportunity for all. It's in the words of one journalist. It was freedom from want, not freedom to want, that the patriotic thing to do in a world away from that idea and in tough times is not to go shopping. Freedom from want enables us to dream what we become as more than who we are. And as Jews, we have prospered better than most. Some would say we should abandon the American dream altogether, because the notion of an American dream, with all its varied and contentious interpretations, does more to push individuals and groups further down the social ladder and remain a privilege of those who successfully climb higher, no matter what their station was when they started. Nothing has been more animating in the social consciousness of American life than the dream for a better tomorrow. And yet, there is a sneaking doubt in our minds that, like comedian George Carlin once quipped, they call it the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. At a time like this, we might dream of getting back to normal, but there may be more to forget than to remember. We are not asleep. To be a Jew who is awake is, in the words of Ernest Becker, the famed author of The Denial of Death, to explore what it means for each individual to be a member of Earth's household, a commonwealth of kindred beings. This is our expression in the Aleinu prayer that we just recited and that we're going to say at the conclusion of our prayers today. Kindred beings sharing dreams in which we all belong. As if the pandemic wasn't enough for this year, so many more changes are shaking our consciousness. Amidst the upheavals of social structures everywhere, one of the highest compliments that we can pay to each other in days like these is to be woke. More than a 1980s radical or tubular or simply awesome compliment. Woke has such a new meaning. It's not about marching in protest or railing against white privilege to receive the compliment. There is a challenge by the complexity of its message. Woke, which is a slang word used to describe awareness of injustice in our society, has also become a loaded term associated with a certain political correctness. To be woke is to recognize that to be awake is a time to focus on our core realities amidst fantastic and oftentimes unrealistic dreams. As Jews, then, bringing the world values and ethics that have sustained our people throughout the millennia, that's very woke. But be careful. Being woke can be a trap in the world of us and them. The more of us we agree with, the more confirmed we are in our beliefs. The more of them we castigate, the more of them become the antithesis of our dreams. They become our nightmares. Our American dream isn't consistent with yours, so the thinking goes. There are places where this may very well be true. America's great contribution to the world is in the authentic gathering of so many disparate voices in unified celebration of liberty, the pursuit and maintenance of justice, and the continual striving for the dignity of all human beings. Rosh Hashanah, That's our time to remind ourselves of this authentic voice as Jews and as Americans. Now, we Jews, we are indeed a small people with a very ambitious purpose. And we are completely diverse and at times in complete opposition to each other. And yes, we are a stiff-necked people. Our tenacity and our endurance, our wokeness, helps us weather even this stormy climate. This time is our reminder of what brings us together and keeps us together. Our Jewish American dream is to see all our people thrive and to continue to share our prosperity of mind and spirit to the world around us. The dream's not about what's possible alone. It's about matching value and vision, prayer and purpose, success and sustainability. On Rosh Hashanah, we plan for our dreams to become our realities. And the plan cannot be to pave the way for liberty and justice for all without taking one step, removing obstacles one at a time. The Golden Medina, our American dream, is our promised land of opportunity. Let's build the Jewish American dream together. Value and vision. The Jewish American dream has text at its foundation. Our God in the Torah teaches us, let us make the human being in our divine image. To be Jewish is to dream of a humanity that expands to the cosmos. And seeing the dignity in all human beings isn't a dream at all. It's a reality that we practice and strive for every waking moment of our existence. This year is a year to dream of one deliberate step towards dignity for all humanity and justice for the oppressed. Pay attention to the people and ideas that announce this truth, because we need to dream of justice. We simply cannot move forward without the possibility for everyone and anyone to march forward. It was about a half a century ago that the prophetic voice of Martin Luther King Jr. spoke to the entire world when he said, and so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. How terrible it is that the truthful words which rocked the world nearly 60 years ago have not yet changed us. When police brutality still exists, something Dr. King called out for in his speech, our dreams of a just society remain clouded in our sleeping stupor. Prayer and purpose. The Jewish American dream isn't locked in the scrolls of a Torah either. When our gathering spaces remain elusive destinations for the time being, our prayers don't evaporate into the invisible waves of information transmission across media platforms. More than habitual recitation of words in a book, prayer captures the essence of awe and curiosity for the world around us. Curiosity is not an intellectual exercise alone. It is a shared experience among community. Be curious about the world around you. Bring your curiosity to our community this year. Don't be stifled by what seems to fit and what seems to be a very smoothly polished square being pushed into a jagged, round hole. We are reminded by the great teacher Abraham Joshua Herschel, our goal should be to live life in radical amazement. Get up in the morning and look at the world in the way that takes nothing for granted. Everything is phenomenal. Everything is incredible. Never treat life casually. To be spiritual is to be amazed. Our amazement in the world is an invitation to make our world a holy place. Success and sustainability. The Jewish American dream is indeed a model of sustainability. And this may come as a surprise since we have this affinity for being the ever-dying people. The great and harrowing gifts of the 20th century are found in the countless examples of success born from repetition. Make one great thing and repeat. From fashion, apparel, to plant-based foods, to B'nai Mitzvah ceremonies, and even Jewish education. Success in recent history is built on the capacity to involve as many people as possible. Make things go viral, as we say in 2020. Well, viral takes on new meaning these days without the essential element of sustainability. This year, our new normal compels us to break down the us and them traps, the either or paradoxes, resolve them to create something more than another. The Jewish people have been and will continue to be sustained by a gam v'gam reality, a both and reality. To see our dreams become our successes requires to see the lines and ties that bind us together, not split us apart. Find the lines. Bind us together. Stop yourself before you make a split in your mind and in your heart. That's where sustainability begins. Above all, we need to continue dreaming of opportunity. Opportunity to shape the destiny of our children, forged not from gilded palaces or but from shimmering gems of honesty, dignity, wonder, and some really great stories to share along the way. You know, sometimes when we wake up from dreams, we are calm. Often we're reflective of them and ask, why did I have a dream like that? When the time is right, when we remove the masks, physically and spiritually, and see each other in all our glory and all our vulnerability, all our failure and all our potential. This year, may it be that we see each other as who we are and as dreamers seeing a world made whole and redeemed by our collective and holy efforts together. The Shana Tova, blessings for you and your family and all those you love for a year of sweetness and a blessing. Amen. Please open up your Machzorim as we turn now and begin our Torah service. It's found on page 192. In the middle of the page, we'll be opening up the Aron HaKodesh, and if you're comfortable to stand as the ark doors are open, we invite you to do so now. Page 192.
ויהי בנסוע אהרון ויאמר משה כה אדוני ויפוצו אויביך וינוסו משנאיך מפניך Heil Rachum V'chanur Erech Hapayim V'Ravech Chesed V'Yemen No Tzerech Chesed Lo Alafim No Seyavon V'Feshon V'Chatav
Go for it.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Gadol Adonai Kadosh Yireh Shema
As you take your seats once again, we'll find the Torah reading for this morning beginning on page 220. It is the Akedat Yitzchak. And while there are many interpretations that we bring to learn today, I just leave you with this one simple and powerful one. Why this story is a part of our lexicon in the Torah is simply, and why we use it right now on Rosh Hashanah, is because this is one of those moments when we might be compelled to foreclose the future in order to save and protect our present. And the whole notion that being called by God to sacrifice a child so that the future could be connected with Abraham and God is something so very powerful that even in the tasks that we might find ourselves confronting with equal challenge, should it be as terrible and as difficult as such a challenge as what Abraham experienced. Even in that moment, God responds and says, don't. And Abraham's response is, Hineni, I am here. Our Torah reading is going to be spread throughout the entire San Fernando Valley as we welcome many of our wonderfully distinguished families who are so used to reading the Torah here in our congregation on the holidays, and we've invited them to chant the Torah from the comfort and the safety of their own homes. We welcome Yossi Dresner to our bima. We welcome the families to be chanting the Torah for us. It begins once again, page 220.
והגן ויושיע לכל החוסים בו, ונאמר אמן. הכל הבו גודל אלוהינו, ותנו כבוד לתורה תעמוד. שושנה בת נחמן ראובן, ודינה ציפורה לעלייה ראשונה.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayehi achar hadvarim ha'ele ve'aElohim nisa et Avraham vayomer elav Avraham vayomer hineni vayomer kachna et bincha et yechidcha asher ahavta et Yitzchak velech lecha al eretz haMoriah vehalehu sham leolah al echad hecharim asher omar elecha vayishkem Avraham baboker vayachavosh et chamero vayikach et shnei ne'arav ito ואת יצחק בנו, ויבקח עד שעולה, ויקום וילך אל המקום, אשר אמר לו האלוהים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
יעמדו נחום שמואל בן מרדכי ורבקה, דבורה בת עזריאל ולאה, בנימין משה בן נחום ודבורה לעלייה השנייה.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Vayom Ashlishi, Vayisa Avraham et Einav, Vayaret HaMakom merachok. Vayomer Avraham el ne'arav, Shvu lachem po im hachamur, ve'ani ve'anar, nelcha ad ko, v'nishachave v'nashuv alechem. ויקח אברהם את עצי העולה, ויצם אל יצחק בנו, ויקח בידו את האש ואת המאכלת, וילכו שניהם יחדיו. ויאמר יצחק אל אברהם אביו, ויאמר אבי, ויאמר הנה נבני, ויאמר הנה האש והעצים, ויעשה לעולה. ויאמר אברהם אלוהים יראה לא עשה לעולה ביני, וילכו שניהם יחדיו.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
יעמוד חיים דוב בן יהודה ושרה בילה לעלייה שלישית.
Baruchu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayavo el hamakom asher amar lo Elohim. Vayiven sham Avraham et hamizbeach, vaya'aroch et haitzim, vaya'akod et Yitzchak beno, vayasem oto al hamizbeach, Mima laitzim, vayishlach Avraham et yado, vayikach et hamachelet, lishchot et beno, vayikra elav, malach Adonai min hashamayim, vayomer Avraham, Avraham, vayomer hineni, vayomer al tishlach yadcha el hanar, be'al ta'as lo me'uma, ki ata yadati, ki yireh Elohim ata, velo chasachta, et bincha et yechidcha mimeni, Vayisav Avraham et einav, vayar vehine ayil achar, ne'echaz basvach bekarnav, vayelech Avraham, vayikach et ha'ayil, v'yaleu le'olah tachat beno, vayikra Avraham, Shem hamakom hahu Adonai yireh, asher ye'amer hayom, behar Adonai yireh.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yamdo Carmela בת דניאל וברכה, יעקב שלום בן מרדכי ורבקה, דניאלה בת יעקב שלום וכרמלה, ליאורה בת יעקב שלום וכרמלה, חנה בת יעקב שלום וכרמלה, לעלייה רביעית.
Together. Baruch Adonai Hamorach, Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Vaed, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam,
Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'Torah. Amen.
Amen. Vayikra Malach Adonai El Avraham Shenit min hashamayim Vayomer binishbati ne'um Adonai Ki yan asher asita et hadavar hazeh Velo chasachta et bincha et yechidecha Ki varech evarechecha Beharbe arbe et zaracha kechochvei hashamayim vechachol Asher al sfatayam Vayar zaracha et sha'ar oiva'ab V'hitbarechu bezaracha kol goyei haaretz ekev Asher shamata bekoli Vayeshev Avraham el ne'ara Vayakumu V'alchu yachtav el be'er shava Vayeshev Avraham Be'er shava.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torah emet V'chayei olam l'tad b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
תעמוד אנשיה שרה בת דוד ומיכל וביתה רחל בן משה ושרה ונרדתה שושנה בת רחל וקרן לעלייה חמישית.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך Baruch Adonai HaMorach Le'olam Va'ed Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim V'natan lanu et Torato Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah. Amen. Vayehi acharei hadvarim ha'ele vayugad l'Avraham le'mor hinei yalda milka gam hi banim l'nechor achicha et utz bechoro ve'et buz achiv ve'et kamo el aviaram ve'et kesed ve'et chozo ve'et pildash ve'et yidlaf ve'et betuel. Uvtu el yalad et Rivka Shemona elen yalda milka Lenachor achi Avraham Ufilaksho ushma reuma Vateled gam hi et tevach ve'et gacham ve'et chachash ve'et macha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torah emet V'chayei olam natan b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
We want to say thank you to all those who prepared and chanted Torah, the families gathering together. It's really one of those sweet opportunities that this time is giving us to be welcomed into your home and to have the words of Torah emanating from your home. It really does make our community so much richer and so much more connected than if we were all in this one place. Thank you very much for all doing that. And while we're here, we also offer prayers not only for those in need of healing at this time, but for the state of Israel and for all those in need. So I invite you, if you have someone in your circle of family, in your circle of friends, if you can well up your compassion and offer prayers of healing for those who need it in this world at this time. As we recite the words of the Misha Berach prayer, the prayer for healing, please include those names. Please hold their souls in your hearts as we recite these words together. Misha Berach Avotenu, Avraham Yitzhak v'Yaakov, v'imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachav Leah, hu yivarech v'yirapeh et kol hacholim b'kilatenu hakadosha. HaKadosh Baruch Hu yimaleh rachamim alehem, lachazikam l'rapotam, v'yishlach lehem refuah shlema min hashamayim, refuat hanefesh u'refuat haguf, yom tov hu milizok, hashta u'agala u'izman karib v'nomar amen. May the Holy One, who's brought blessing through our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bring blessings to all of our loved ones in need of healing at this time. May the Holy One well up mercy and restore those in need to body and of spirit, to strength and of healing. And may we pray for all those who are caring for our loved ones at this time also be filled with our prayers of concern and compassion, and may they be strengthened by our prayers. And while this holiday is a time in which our prayers are focused on building this community together, we hope and pray that the healing presence that you bring to those in need will bring all those in need of healing to this community speedily and completely. And we say together, Amen. We also offer a prayer for the state of Israel. I'll be reading the prayer for the state of Israel, and please focus on these images as our prayers well up for those in need. Avinu Sheba Shamayim, Sur Yisrael v'Goalo. Barech et Medinat Yisrael Reshit Tzmichat Geulatenu. Hagen Aleha Be'avrat Chastecha, Ufros Alecha Sukat Shlomecha, Ushlach Orcha V'Amicha L'Roshei Tzarecha V'Yoatzeha, V'Tagnem Be'etzah Tova Milfanecha, Chazek et Yidei Mignei Eretz Kodshenu, V'Anchilem Eloheinu Yeshua, V'Yater Nitzachon Teatrem, V'Natata Shalom Ba'aretz, V'Simchat Olam Liyoshvei V'Nomar Amen. May we see the day when war and bloodshed cease, when a great peace will embrace the entire world. The nation will not threaten nation, and mankind will not again know war. For all who live on earth shall realize we have not come into being to hate or to destroy. We have come into being to praise, to labor, and to love. Compassionate God, bless the leaders of all nations with the power of compassion. Fulfill the promise conveyed in Scripture. I'll bring peace to the land, and you shall lie down, and no one shall terrify you. I will rid the land of vicious beasts, and it shall not be ravaged by war. Let love and justice flow like a mighty stream. Let peace fill the earth as the waters fill the sea. And we all say, Amen. The founding father of modern psychology, Sigmund Freud, pointed out that the primal urge is to discover that which is invisible to become visible. I think he had the shofar service in mind. When we hear the blast of the shofar, it is a time that we listen carefully to all that has been hidden becoming revealed. So what has been hidden for us? What's been hidden for us is that we are healthy. What's been hidden for us is that we are blessings. What's been hidden for us is that we are kind. What's been hidden for us is that we are loving. And what's been hidden for us is that we are broken and that we are incomplete, and that which we envision as ideal, as becoming real, is now incomplete. The blasts of the shofar are the awakening the moment in which all that has been hidden becomes revealed. It is the time of transformation. And so as we hear the blast, as the shrill of the shofar resonates within our bodies and our souls, we begin transformation and we become Kodesh. We become holy. We become the process of hiddenness to revelation. For those who have heard the shofar blast already, you need not recite the blessing. But for those who are joining us right now, I invite you to turn with me now to page 245 and recite the blessings for the shofar service together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lishmoa kol shofar. And the Shechianu together, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Shechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. T'kiyah. Shvarim trua. T'kiyah. T'kiyah. Shvarim trua. T'kiyah. T'kiyah. Shvarim trua. T'kiyah. Give heed to the sound of the shofar, the shrill, quivering notes of the shofar, sounding its message of warning, its cry of alarm and awakening, urging us to labor together to combat war and violence, accept the challenge to battle against fear, hate, and destruction, remove from your midst all oppression, banish all greed and contention. Give heed to the sound of the shofar, the blast that is blown, O my people. T'kiyah. Shvarim. T'kiyah. T'kiyah. Shvarim. T'kiyah. T'kiyah. Shvarim. T'kiyah. We read together, give heed to the sound of the shofar, the loud clarion call of the shofar, bringing new hope to the suffering and strength to those stricken with sorrow, bringing to Israel assurance of healing, peace, and redemption. Renew your faith and devotion to God's Torah, people, and Israel. Remember the covenant and fashion a kingdom of law and compassion. Give heed to the sound of the shofar, the blast that is blown, O my people. T'kiyah. Trua. T'kiyah. T'kiyah. Trua. T'kiyah. T'kiyah. Trua. T'kiyah gedolah. Wow, Yasher Koach, Aaron Drew, thank you so very much for coming forward to blow the shofar for us on this Rosh Hashanah holiday and for making the shofar service so meaningful. As we conclude with the prayers of Alinu found on page 342.
Alinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדם, שלא עשנו אלוהינו גואל, ויגור עלינו ככל העולם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתגעים ומועדים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, משה יקרו בשמיים ימלא, שכינתו זו גובי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אינו עמד מלכנו וזולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, מיודעתו היום וישיב אותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד, אין עוד, כי המלכות שלך היא ולמעט תמלוך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד.
We take a moment now, offer prayers of loving memory to loved ones who maybe passed recently, or this is the time of year in which you lovingly remember members of your family that have since passed. And as we turn now to page 346, reciting the words of Kaddish Yatom, you remember that in the middle of the prayer, there's an additional word that we add for Rosh Hashanah, that the souls that we connect with in our loving memory are lifted up even higher into the heights of place of God's presence. And may our memory of them also be lifted even higher as we recite these words, Kaddish Yatom, together, page 346. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbi. V'alma divra hirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. V'agala v'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitrumam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'alal shmei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela ule'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'romav. V'yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Before we conclude this afternoon, I wanted to say once again a tremendous Yasher Koach, thank you, and with all of our great and deep loving respect to Cantor Herschel Fox, what a privilege it is to serve on the Bima with you for the holidays and each and every day that we share many, many joyful moments, learning moments, and also serving our beloved Valley Beth Shalom family together. Thank you. Beautiful music. To Chris Harden, our incredibly talented, always flexible and ingenious musical mastermind. Chris Harden, thank you so much, very much for leading us this morning, for your presence and your contributions to every element that made the musicality of this moment something with which it would have been hollow and empty, so much richer and vibrant and fluid and joyful. Thank you very much for everything that you contributed. There are so many people behind this camera that have made the holidays possible. We want to just say thank you to all the clergy who helped to prepare for these holidays, to Matt Weintraub, the executive director of Valley Beth Shalom, and all of the staff who worked tirelessly over these past 3, maybe 4 months to prepare for the holidays just for today. And to Jeff Goss, the president of our board of directors in our congregation, and all of the synagogue leaders that supported and nurtured our celebration of the holidays and ensured that a day like today would be something truly special. We thank you very much for also all that you've contributed to make our holidays so special. We also want to say thank you to the people who prepared Torah readings and people who blew shofar and everybody who participated in the service, including Yossi Dresner. We want to thank you all for your participation in making the service so great. And we want to say thank you to the entire Valley Beth Shalom family, not only for tuning in, because this is kind of an easy thing. You might have said, not today, nobody will miss me. Well, we missed you if you weren't here. You were here, though, and we know that your presence really did make our holidays special, and we hope that your holidays were special as well. Last words of advice and hopefully information. So first, advice. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Every day in this coming week, if you have a lot of sins to get rid of, you can come every single day. If you have just a few sins to get rid of, you can come on any one of those days. Monday through Thursday at 5 p.m. at Lake Balboa. Our rabbis and cantors will be there. There might be a shofar blast. There'll definitely be some bread. And I've heard that there's going to be a bark mitzvah for all the dogs tomorrow afternoon. If your dog hasn't had a bark mitzvah yet, come and be with Rabbi Feinstein and Cantor Barron at 5 p.m. at Lake Balboa. And as well on Friday at 4 p.m. for all of our young families, the ECC families, we really encourage you to come and join us as we celebrate the new year, giving our bread to the ducks and also thinking about how we can improve our lives in the year to come. Yom Kippur services will begin on Sunday evening and on Monday, and we hope that you'll tune in and be very active and present with us, just as you have for the holidays. And just know that there are so many great ways to connect with Valley Beth Shalom. Once the holidays are concluded with our Sukkot worship, our Simchat Torah celebrations, our learning, and our worship opportunities all throughout the year. Please tune in and be a part of that. Remember that this is a time for us to be generous, and if you have collected goods for our project pushcart, please make sure to bring all of those things to our community to serve those very much in need. Throughout these coming days, you can participate in Project Pushcart. What else did I miss, Cantor Fox?
I thought you did very well.
I think if there's anything else for lunch, what are you having for lunch today?
I don't know. My wife told me when we got married she doesn't cook and she doesn't clean, and she kept her word.
That's good. So you'll look in the refrigerator and you'll find something left over, which is a little bit of the sweetness of Rosh Hashanah. I don't know about you, but I ate so much last night. I'm still full from last night. So if I get hungry a little bit, there'll be some leftovers there.
May I just say from all of us, you thanked all of us. I thought you were absolutely wonderful, and I cherish you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a mutual affection, and I appreciate it. Let's conclude with Adon Olam, page 348. Shana Tova, everyone.
Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yetzir yura v'eit nasa b'chefzo kol azay melech, azay melech, azay melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kikot hakol לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא אחד ואין שני להמשילו להכבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העולם המשרה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא ונשא בחפצו כל אזי מלך, אזי מלך, אזי מלך שמו נברא והוא אלי וחי גורי צור חבלי ביצרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום אקרא רוחי בעת ישן והעירה ואם רוחי גביעתי אדוני לי ולא יירא אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא ועת נשא בחפצו כל אזי מלך, אזי מלך, אזי מלך
Shana Tova, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, VBS.
Hello. Hola.
Hola, buenos días.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hey there. Hi, hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Shana Tova.
And Lashana Tova to our wonderful VBS community. We miss you very much.
Wanted to wish my VBS congregation, my family, our friends, our teachers, and our rabbis a Shana Tova and a Chag Sameach from here in Israel.
Shana Tova! And welcome from the Bernstein Trigo family from Shosh and Rachel and Sylvia.
Want to wish you all a very happy, healthy, prosperous, good, safe, wonderful New Year.
Shana Tova and Happy New Year.
Shana Tova from the Miller family.
Shana Tova from the Force Bands.
Happy New Year, Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Hi everyone, we're the Pacino family and we want to wish all of you a Shana Tova.
And we really hope that the new Jewish year, 5781, is a whole lot better than 2020. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
From my family to yours, Shana Tova.
On behalf of myself and my wife Rachel and our sons Ethan and Joshua and Noah, we wanted to wish our friends and family at VBS a Shana Tova umetuka, a Chatima Tova.
Shana Tova from all the rocks to our VBS family and all our friends and family everywhere. Love you all.
Zooming from the Kelman family to yours.
We wish you Hashanah Tova Umetuka. A good and sweet new year.
Sending out joy, health, and warmth to all.
Chag Sameach, Shana Tova, Gmar Chatima Tova, much love from the Appalachian Trail.
We just wanted to say Shana Tova and extend our warm wishes for a happy, joyous, and sweet New Year.
Wishing all who are watching and praying today a Shana Tova Umetuka, a happy, healthy, and sweet New Year.
Although we've come upon the high holidays this year in the most challenging of times, we come together as a community.
It was a very difficult year to everybody around the world. However, we have the tikva, the hope, that this coming year will be much, much better to all of us, to all of Israel, and all over the world.
Each year, at the end of Nila, we join together in a common wish. L'Shana Haba'a Yerushalayim. May we all gather together next year in Jerusalem. This year, we add a special prayer. L'Shana Haba'a Encino. Next year, together at VBS in Encino.
May this new year be one of goodness, health, and peace for each of you and for all people.
We wish you a year of good health.
Good health.
Good health and blessings.
Good health and blessings.
And sweet blessings.
And we're so glad you're joining us for the high holidays this year. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Chag Sameach and Shana Tova.
Please stay safe, stay healthy, and from all of us at Hazak, Shana
Tova.
Shana Tova.
Shabbat Shalom. Shana Tova. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Say Shana Tova.
Happy New Year. Shana Tova. My name is Jeff Goss, and I'm honored to be the president of Valley Beth Shalom. It is my pleasure to welcome you to these high holiday services on behalf of the Valley Beth Shalom leadership and wish you a year of health, happiness, and blessings. I want to thank our rabbis, cantors, and the entire Valley Beth Shalom staff for making these high holiday services meaningful and accessible to the whole community. I cannot put into words how thankful we are to Steve Proman for his directorial wizardry and endless hours helping our clergy make their high holiday visions a reality. We are deeply grateful to Rhoda and Dr. Bob Barnhart for their vision and generosity in establishing the Valley Beth Shalom New Media Fund, which made our high holiday video platform possible. We are also so appreciative for the hundreds of Valley Beth Shalom volunteers who reached out to help during this crisis. From calling our members during the initial days of the shutdown, delivering food and medicine to those unable to leave their homes, supporting our food bank, and so much more. We are so blessed and grateful to have such a wonderful, committed community. Together, we have demonstrated the meaning of chesed, caring, sharing, giving, and healing. We are the Valley Beth Shalom community, and we are here for you. Shana Tova, and I hope to meet you very soon in person at Valley Beth Shalom.